just how your eye has been trained.
Right.
But I want to come in here up against the house. You've got more of a shaded bed. So what's nice about this property too is there's a lot of different sun exposures. So we definitely have more of a full sun spot here, which you've addressed obviously very nicely. But then we also have this area that's very heavily shaded. And that can get challenging because there aren't a ton of shade plants to choose from in Utah that will do well and perform as well as these are. So tell us your thought process here.
This was...
I love this guy, by the way.
Which one?
The big one.
This one?
He's gorgeous.
This is it's a Ligularia. It's, I can't remember the common names of things.
I know. But what I want to point out in particular is this dark leaf, burgundy underside. It's just so pretty. And then you put it next to that.
Well, yeah.
Well, why did you do that,
Well,
Cameron?
because they offset each other.
They
show
do.
each other off. Now, what's really cool is that this thing has like big, huge, like yellow spikes that come up a little bit later in the season. And so, yeah, I mean, I just did, just my normal, groupings of foliage color. Shade gardens are really fun for me. There's not like a ton of things that you can do, but the few things that you can do as far as like hostas and coral bells, that's a Cimicifuga right there, which I really like. There's a lot of varieties within those, small amounts of genera that you can use. And I mean, I like them. I love hostas.
I don't know if you noticed, but you're naturally repetitive in that way.
I know.
Because we've got this dark leaf color, the chartreuses, then we have the dark leaf color again, and a darker cluster, and we have a chartreuse, and the darks again. Like that's how we balance it. It's just, and it keeps you wanting to see what's next.
Well, my OCD says I have to work in 1s, 3s, and 5s, and 7s, and odd numbers.
I guess I have OCD then too. But what's nice is the house is white too. So you can put, like depending if I was dealing with a really brown or dark brick, I would stay away from things that I felt like would fade into the background. Yes. But this is wonderful.
Yeah, and I think that's something that's kind of important to talk about too, is that when you're dealing with shady areas, darker foliage things will just have a tendency to disappear.
They will.
So almost to the point where it's not really worth it sometimes. So you need to make sure you have something either in back of it or in front of it or next to it that'll help kind of show it off a
like
little
a
bit.
chartreuse.
Exactly.
Yep, absolutely. Contrast is so important in a design like this, especially when you're dealing with a lot of floral colors and things. If everything's too muted and it runs together, we use that chemistry between the plants. So it really is beautiful. You've done an excellent job.
Thanks, Jess.
You're welcome.